just gotta have to set up a stream. By now I'm pretty sure everyone's already played the game or watched somebody stream it, so nothing I'm gonna do is going to be new to anyone, but that's okay. I'm playing for myself. And what I'm mainly wanting to focus on is trying to really enjoy this game. You know, I'm sure there's lots of people that are just trying to get through it as fast as possible to to get all the rewards and this and that. And for a while I was also thinking of doing that, you know, watching a bunch of tutorials about, you know, how to get things faster, where to get specific items and so on. But you know what? Something that's really enjoyable about games like this is actually the exploration. It's not knowing the mechanics of the bosses. It's not knowing where certain items are or what skills you can find. It's going into this world completely blind and in awe. I think that honestly is where you're gonna have the most excitement with a game like this. At least that's how I always feel. And as soon as I start looking into guides and, you know, builds by other people, I stop having fun, because then it's not about playing the game and enjoying the game, it's about beating the game or being the best or having the best loot. So I think that's really just what I want to focus on this time around, is just enjoying the game. And so if we're focusing on just enjoying the game, of course we're playing in hardcore. Okay. Clicking works, but WASD doesn't work. So let's see. Yo. More unsure, is this... No, that's in-game. Okay. I'm not sure if I like the movement with WASD. Or if I prefer moving with the mouse. Gee. I feel like this feels a little bit more organic. But they went through trouble, right, to make WASD a thing. I just feel like I don't have as much control over my movements, right? Like, even just watching, you'd probably see that this feels smoother because I can transition between directions a little bit easier. Okay, so punch apparently is on the mouse button. And I think I'm going to change that. So the reason why I'm taking my time with the controls is because I don't want to get up to the first fight and die, right? This is hardcore. So dodging, spacebar is fine. Oh, I cannot change that. Okay, so but I can change that. That's interesting, but I cannot change. Okay, I don't think we're gonna be doing lots of punching. So, I did pick mage, and that is actually very uncommon for me. I usually play more tanky classes. I usually prefer having a shield. So we're gonna see what I'm gonna end up doing here. Because I wanted to be a little bit out of my depth, right? I wanted to just challenge myself as well. To play something that I normally don't.
By the first ones! You're alive!
Okay, I don't see anything for me to pick up. Is there a toggle to show things on the ground? Don't know, but this is interesting. So I have 160 FPS, which is great. And what else was there? Right, cosmetics. So I have my halo, which is great. And I have my flask skin. And I guess there's lots of things that we could buy. If we wanted to, but I'm thinking I'm just going to, oh my, I'm just going to play the game as is, but the Halo, I wanted to have it. So, there we go. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit big, I think, and a little bit too far behind the character's head, for my liking at least.
I'm glad to see another living soul. The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, till that bloody thing got to me first. Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more. I would appreciate it if you could... Reach Clearfell. Find the miller.
Death comes swiftly here. I should keep moving.
Alright, so... Firebolt.
Die, scum!
So the one thing that's obviously going to be a bit more easy to do with WASD is walking a certain direction and shooting another direction. You can kind of do it But now that I have my skill, I wanna try that out. Okay, yeah, so kiting is definitely going to be easier with WASD. So I think, even though I feel like I prefer the movement not being so janky, I kind of want to be able to kite. Oh, can I turn this damn chat off? Right, I don't really care for that. Okay, so let's change this then. And let's also change the middle mouse button. Ah, there. I prefer using the button on the side of the mouse. Okay, so we don't want to die here. But we also don't want to be too chippy. Also, does this skill not cost anything? There's any sort of skill. Oh. Menu. Toggle skill set on control. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think I'd prefer switching these around. So okay, and now we're going to change the middle mouse button again to this. And now our dumb chat is back. Go. Okay, but I wanted to check if there's a skill panel. There we go, skill panel. AoE projectile fire. Cast time, not in a second, critical hit chance 8%. See, it says explosion there on the bottom, so you can kind of look at okay, I need to press control. So the projectile and then the explosion also deals damage. Okay, but it doesn't cost any mana. Okay, so I can just spam this.
Will of the Marrakech.
Okay. So I'm playing a bit more careful than I would normally play. Mostly because this is hardcore. You know, the UI is... oh, this is too big. This whole thing here is it's too big. The cursor is also a bit too big. Is there any kind of scaling? This one. So I don't see any UI scaling option. I also don't really see any option to close that or make it smaller. I think that would be in okay, let's take that out. Yeah, sure. Show our aura icons. Transparency, map zoom, no. You know, honestly, I don't think I really need the landscape. Okay, that is a bit better. Now I can see a little bit more in that top right corner. The UI is still a little bit too large, if you ask me. But I guess it depends on what kind of resolution you're playing, but I find it a little bit too big. Okay, here's a shield, but we're wielding a two-handed staff. I'm still going to pick it up and take a look at it. Okay, it seems like I found either a fork or... okay, actually it does not continue up here, so... let's take a few steps back. Also, I need to remember when to roll. Let's look at the shield. I can not equip that, right. So one thing that I'm probably going to look into is maybe seeing if it's possible to get a skill that lets me to wield two-handed weapons in one hand. so that I can have the shield, because as much as I love playing a mage, or, well, that's the thing, I don't love playing a mage, as much as I want to play mage, and love the idea of challenging myself with a different playstyle, I'm playing in hardcore, so... I'm probably still going to play more of a... identifies an item. So what I need to do is I need to use this. Okay. And then this gives me some armor. And some maximum life. Okay. It's not exactly pretty, but... Okay, interesting. So we've got another one of these staff now. Does the exact same thing. So we... gotta be careful. Looks like there's some ranged enemies on that side. Okay, so how long does it take before health starts regenerating? How long do I need to be out of combat? Or do I have any recovery? Could also be that I don't have any recovery, right? I have 60 charges, and this replenishes 50 life over 3 seconds. Okay, so I don't seem to have any health regen currently.
Power can hide where you least expect.
Okay, so we've got a skill gem. Launches a spray of sparkling projectiles that travel erratically along the ground until they hit an enemy. So that's a skill gem. And now we want to put this there, and then firebolt we're gonna put there.
Inspiring.
Okay, I like that. I like that. It's G, right? I don't know why it's on G. What is on S? Oh, right, we're moving with S. Okay, so 6 projectiles, so it can hit 6 enemies, and they do 1 to 8 lightning damage. So this seems to be my biggest crowd clearing right now. For especially like small monsters. Always checking everything. I do not like that the map is just... You know what, we might as well actually just turn the map off. Or actually make it... See, what I would prefer, me personally, is make the map go in the bottom right corner. And then put the mana and life on the same side, because these are huge, right? these elements, these UI elements, are huge, and I think they don't need to be this big. They don't need to be this big. You can probably make them a bit smaller. I know this is kind of like very old school-ish, you know, but it takes up so much of the screen, and specifically the map. I'm trying to see enemies, right? I'm more concerned about the combat. Okay, so they can shoot through.
Wild beast!
Okay. Okay, so this does not deal a lot of damage.
The first step on my chosen path.
Okay, let's go back. We've leveled up. Okay, so we start up here in the skill tree, and my god, the skill tree is so huge you can't even zoom out to see the whole skill tree. This is ridiculous. Oh wow. I love it though. We're gonna have to explore a little bit in this skill tree. I might do this a little later, so we can see if there's anything that we might want, right? So probably on the side where there's, right, so that's projectile damage. So on this side, right, so this actually doesn't seem bad. Armor and energy shield. So I definitely think I'm wanting to have an energy shield. First. Right, so again, the reasoning for that being that we are playing on hardcore. So I'd rather have a shield and deal a little bit less damage. Energy shield, you know, that serves me better. You know, I actually might prefer, no, let's not put on that there's numbers. I was thinking about that I might prefer
Will of the Marrakech!
evasion rating. What does that actually do? Evasion grants a chance to avoid enemy strikes or projectiles. Exact chance of success also depends on the attack's accuracy. Okay. That looks worse. Okay, we're gonna go with the Curus, because armor, I think, is the more immediate, obvious. Obvious thing that helps me the most. Okay, so let's make sure we explore everything. You never know where there might be some items hidden somewhere. I mean, this is the tutorial area. I don't think... I got it, keep missing it. Okay, so these things don't seem to be resistant to fire, even though they also deal fire damage. I love how some terrain lets you shoot over it, but you cannot walk over it. So this is low terrain, right? So I can still shoot over it. But you can't walk over it. That's actually cool.
Die once more.
Ah, okay, so... Ah, you're nicely grouped up, that's perfect. Okay, looks like we got everyone. And yeah, WASD, it felt a bit weird at first, but now that I've used it a bit, it seems alright. Okay, so we got another NPC. Alright.
His sickness controls him.
So, we want to make sure we don't get hit because we don't actually know how much we can tank, right?
Return to your grave!
Okay, so that took a bunch of my shield away. Okay.
He bore the mark of corruption. I know it.
Okay, glad I didn't die. It's some getting used to when I'm fighting with projectiles. Normally I don't, right? Like,
Away with you!
and in almost no game ever do I fight with projectiles. Okay. There's something on the map here, but I'm not sure what exactly that's... Or maybe that's just the boss encounter symbol.
Here, there is a small trace of hope in the air.
Okay. So, I've got my stash. And it looks like I got my special tabs. that I bought for Path of Exile 1 are still here. But, you know, I'd never played Path of Exile 1 all that much, you know. Okay, so lots of people are in this general area. So we've got a couple of quests and a well. So my flasks are refilled. Cool.
Welcome, violent stranger. I am Finn, and I shall be your humble provider of useful and diverse objects. If I don't got it, I can. Who knows what prizes await?
Okay, so we have 2 of these, so
Not sure what I'm
we
going
can
to
get
do with
rid
it.
of one.
But cheers.
I might keep this for now.
Not bad.
Random 1, random staff. I don't think it's necessary for us. How much gold do we have? 73. Ah! Okay, let's just sell all these things because I'm pretty sure we're about to get better things, right?
Bye then.
Headstrong and overconfident.
Renly's the name. You're skilled with the violence, if what you did out there in the riverbanks is any sign. Another refugee from the Count's justice, I take it. But have no fear. This place is something of a hideaway for many of us now, and we could sorely use your skills in these dark times. I'll smith for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense.
What is this? An uncut skill gem. Creates a skill gem up to level 1. Okay.
There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the felling. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself.
That actually doesn't sound like an enemy that a mage would want to take on either.
Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you. Anything take your fancy?
Okay, what do we have in here? This is the kind of stuff that I might want to be wearing. But for now, we're just gonna look at what's going to be dropping.
Till next time.
His burden is heavy. He hides it well.
Okay, so I guess we can now create a skill with this. Ice, frost. Okay, so spear skills are not added. Sword skills are not. Okay. So we've got the option of frost or fire. So, Ice Nova. A nova of ice expands from you, knocking back enemies based on how close they are to you. Casting Ice Nova targeted near a Frostbolt projectile will cause it to originate from the Frostbolt instead of you, and cause more freeze buildup. Okay, I do like this because it gives us another ability to keep ourselves safe. So I think we're going to use this. And now we're gonna have to put that somewhere. Cute.
Not here, not now.
Yeah, I knew I couldn't use it here. Let's see here.
By decree of the Count of Ogum, able-bodied men capable of excavation.
Okay. We are going to switch our flasks. Oh, okay, so once we unequip it. Ah, that's kind of mean. I thought we could take 2. Okay, here's another quest here.
Welcome to the Camp of the Lost, stranger. We survive, but we do not live. I am Una. All this began the night Count Gino took his most loyal men into the Grellwood. After he returned, a madness grew in him. Something happened out there. Please, I beg of you, travel into the forest and begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place. I fear this land's sickness will only deepen. Please, take your time.
Okay, lightning bolt. We are probably going to be able to find some of these things. Okay.
Goodbye.
Her mind tends to wander. She reminds me of one of my sisters.
Okay, looks like that's all we can do here. So, Slay the Devourer is first. But actually there's a location here. Okay, so this is first, level 2. And looks like there's some treasure here. Okay, we don't have much in terms of gear, but we should be okay. Let's just be careful.
By Garukan!
Okay, so these guys are faster. And they seem to have ranged attacks. Accidentally pressed roll when I wanted to press this. There's a big dead carcass there. Okay, which way do we need to go? I want to explore everything, of course. Okay, dead end. It would suck if we're kiting and we end up in a dead end.
Not yet.
Alright. So yeah, I'm playing a bit chicken like. But while I'm still learning the game, I think I'd rather, right, be a bit careful. I'm also not exactly sure what I will do when I die. If I'm going to start a new character. Right, I'm not sure if I'm going to start a new character. Or if I'm going to continue this. It was charging me quite fast.
Vuelo de Marrakech.
Ah. Okay, so we just got bitten and that took half of our shield off.
Doubt me.
Okay. Any attribute, energy shield, more spell damage. I think I want just a little bit more spell damage right now, but let's see where these lead. Okay, I think a little bit more spell damage would be great. Yes, I know survivability is technically everything to me most of the time. I usually prefer to have survivability because I'd rather a fight take longer but I survive it. But I kinda wanted to challenge myself to play a bit different this time, right? The cast time of Frost Nova is not my favorite thing about it. It's a bit slow. Okay, so that seems like a stronger enemy is kind of loitering around there. Yeah, let's be careful about that. There's the entrance to the Corel Wood. Okay, yeah, that seems like a tough enemy, so we definitely want to clear everything else first. So that we can hopefully level up as much as possible before challenging that.
Fall before me!
Okay, and we get this.
I have received reports of a number of...
Okay. Here's the camp, so here's the trunk. We've got a few items. I'm wondering if there's a few things that we should check out. Okay, go away. You know what, actually maybe having more energy shield is better. Ah, there we go. Energy shield and life regeneration in case we do get hit. Can you please? Thank you. So we got a better mana flask. I'm not going to go back just yet, even though yes, my inventory is full. I can see that, you know, I can see that my inventory is full. Almost. But I think if I'm going back, all the enemies are going to respawn, aren't they? See, I don't know if they do. So I just really want to be careful about that. Okay, yeah, the regen, the health regen is great. And yeah, I know I'm doing a lot of kiting, but I don't want to die. Also, we do have one of these. So we could technically learn something new, but I actually don't really care too much about the frost skill. So, and the firewall, I'm not so sure about it either. Creates an orb of electricity that fires chaining lightning bolts at nearby enemies. See, this is kind of what I want next. But I need level 6 for that. And we are... character sheet. There we go. So, we are... oh, this is actually really pretty. We're level 3, right? So, I'm thinking it would be nice leveling that up. Now that I know this map, I might go back, sell a few things. I don't think I want to challenge whatever is in there right now. Because whatever is in there seems like a tough enemy. Right, so Frost Blood Ritual. Right, I don't want to do that right away. Okay. Looks like I've explored everything. So let's go back to camp and see what is going to happen with enemies, right? So sell a few
Hey.
things.
Take a punt. You know you want to. Guess I can help move that for you.
Right. Yeah, let's sell all this stuff, and physical damage. Yeah, let's sell that as well. I don't
Hey.
think we will have to keep these flasks, since you can only have one equipped at a time.
Bye then.
Right, so let's recharge this flask. And we still don't really have any footwear or belt or anything like that, so let's see if he can
Hello.
sell me something.
Take a punt. You know you want to.
Or maybe we just keep going until
Bye
we
then.
grab some more, right? So let's see what happens if we go out. So it looks like the region is still the same, right? So how do you... How do I reset it? Because I would like to clear everything one more time, right? So that I can level up a little bit more. How can I do that? Let me look that up real quick. Normally there's I don't want to look everything up, but okay. I can make a new one. Okay, and I know that maybe I'm playing a bit too careful because, you know,
Will of the Marrakesh!
but since we're playing hardcore, I'd rather farm a little longer. Than too short. Okay, and since I know the map now, I can be a little bit more bold. Okay, there's my XP bar. Right, so that's one problem, is that I'm not really getting any XP here. I'm barely getting any XP from these enemies. So we might actually go to the next area after we cleared this, right? The thing is, I'm probably going to get little XP for probably the entire time, right? Because if I'm really wanting to take this character through hardcore, I'm gonna have to have a margin of like a couple of levels above, right? So right now we are in an area that is level 1. Oh no, one's at level 2. Right, one's level 4 and one's level 3. Right, so one's level 2, so the monsters here are level 2, I'm level 3. That is not really a very safe margin, because things can still relatively easily kill me. Okay, so these enemies are resistant to frost. Okay. We're not getting any more items. That is actually kind of mean. I had hoped I get more items.
Wild beast!
But there is still the trunks, so... lightning damage is not very high, but I'm pretty sure we can probably improve that a bit, that skill. Finally we get some results. Okay, so they are actually resistant to fire. Okay, we've got some gloves. Great. Okay, so a little bit more, right? A little bit more energy shield. That's already putting us in a better position for the fight with the ritual. Probably not how most people would play, right? They want to get to the new areas as soon as possible. I just don't want to die. And I think a self-preserving mindset is what will get you through hardcore in any game, right? Or like Iron Man mode, right? You need to want to not die. More than you need to want to progress. Okay, we are close to level 4.
Will of the Mannequin!
Great. Okay, I am going to go more spell damage. Or see, it's difficult. Okay, let's actually just keep this because we're just farming right now, right? We're just farming, so there's no need to really go crazy on the skills yet. I do want to see what is around in terms of skills that potentially is somewhere where we want to get fast. Okay, so this is actually bad. We're just kiting the whole map right now. But we actually made it, so that's great. Come on. Okay, we actually did make it. I was worried there for a moment because we were kiting a little bit too much, right? And the hag just kept raising units. Okay, so it looks like... No, that's actually not staff or magic. Ah, I do need to keep in mind that there's sometimes these items. Okay, so there's the chest. Okay, I'm getting the hang of the combat a bit more. A bow. Okay. So the quarterstaffs are not really interesting to me. We still have a bit left to explore. But yeah, imagine we're just going in there and we just die, right? Because we have no way of knowing how strong that one enemy is, or if they are going to spawn multiple other enemies. There's just so much that we don't know, right? So I want to go in there with level 6. Maybe that's a little bit too big of a margin, but I definitely want to go in there with level 6. Okay, so what's interesting is that this is a bit faster to cast than this. At least it seems to me like that. And we cleared everything. Okay, yes, we have cleared everything. Okay, so now where we're going to go is into the mud barrow. Burrow, not barrow, burrow. And I suppose we should make a portal. Sell a few things.
Yes? Feeling lucky?
Is there a quick sell button?
Not bad.
Ah, control. Okay. And we have 351 gold now. We still lack certain items, right? So we still don't have any boots, we still don't have any belt. Or any jewelry or anything like that, right?
Bye then.
And you know, now that I'm looking at this, I don't actually like this helmet attachment. So we are going to get rid of it. Now what we can do is we can go back into our portal. And we are right here again. So we are level 4 and we have another skill point. So see, the thing is, there's a dense cluster in here, but there is faster movement around it, right? So if we were to go around it, we would be able to get up to kind of like here faster, right? So here's the specializations for the mage, I think. So we have a lightning specialization and the fire specialization. So the question just is, right, I want to make a little bit of a battle mage. So, okay, so you can zoom out with that. So the thing is, does that mean that I want to have a shield and a staff? Right? Or do I want to have a staff at all? Right? So there's some stuff. So we're gonna have to check kind of like what is around here. And see if there's anywhere where we want to go. Right? So armor and energy shield seems like the direction we'd go, right? And if we were to want to have a shield, this is where the shield specialization is. So energy shield and block is kind of over in this direction. Excess life recovery from regeneration is applied to energy shield. Energy shield does not recharge. Okay, so this is kind of a direction that I'm kind of wanting to go. So I'm finding a few things here, right? So what I'm doing mostly is I'm just looking at the big ones, right? So this basically is a very ornated and big skill. So the question just is, right? If we take something like that, it means we plan on taking any damage at all. Because this basically says we are going to tank with our energy shield, right? That's what this says. Because if you plan to not take any damage, you wouldn't take a skill like this. Okay. Increase maximum energy shield and defend with armor. What does recoup mean? When you take damage from a hit, recoup causes you to recover an amount of a stated resource equal to a percentage of the damage you took over 8 seconds. Okay, so that would mean also we plan to take damage, right? So here, that's the question. Are we going to build in a way where we plan to not take any damage? Or do we build us out to take damage? So that's basically kind of like deciding between a more tanky battle mage and a more offensively stacked battle mage. So what do we have over here? Minions have no, I don't care about minions. Cold exposure effects, freeze buildup. I'm not a fan of frost magic, so we're probably just gonna stay away. Increased spell area damage and reduced spell area damage, but spell skills have 30% increased area of effect. That is interesting. What do we have here in this cluster? So we have increased spell damage. Okay, and so what does intelligence do? Every 1 intelligence grants +2 mana. Intelligence does not grant damage to skills or any other benefits where specifically stated. Okay. Maximum energy shield. Increased cast speed. Okay, increased cast speed seems great. And I need distilled emotions for the mana regeneration. Okay, what do we have here? Path of winter. No. Path of storms. Increased lightning damage. Path of flame. So I kind of want to be dual wielding storm and fire and fuck frost, right? Okay, so this whole area here seems pretty cool. So I'm thinking, right, we're going to go damage. You know, but we should probably think about the fact that we are in hardcore. Okay, so if I want to play with a shield as a mage, does that make any sense? So shield and a staff I would need to dual wield. Two-handed. Okay, does that one hand? Oh, okay. You can wield two-handed axes, maces, and swords in one hand. Okay, let's actually go for staff. Okay, it doesn't look... Okay, let's find out what is this. It's a staff. Staves are two-handed spellcasting weapons that require intelligence to equip. Staves cannot be used to attack, however they grant inbuilt spells based on the staff type and powerful bonus spells. Okay, I want to be able to equip this with a shield. So, let's see if we can find that. There doesn't seem to be any... Ah, okay. Quarterstaff skills. There's not a single skill related to staffs. And this down here, two-handed axes, maces, and swords. So it seems like it's impossible to equip a staff in one hand. So we're gonna have to think about something different then, you know, we're gonna have to think about a different weapon that we're gonna use. So maybe we can use a wand instead, right? Let's see if there's any wand skills. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Or we go with something like a mace, right? Mace, sword, something like that. And then we would want to go... You know, no. We're gonna stick to being a pure mage, right? So we're gonna stick to this area here. We're gonna build a true mage. Let's see what's up here and see where we want to go. No, we don't want minions. We don't want minions. So this all here is kind of minion mania. Minions, minions, minions. Okay. What is this? Minions. Okay, so this whole area here is minions. And then this is frost. And then this is also minions. Hexes. Okay, no, we just want... Yeah, that seems like it. Minions. Okay, so lots of shield here. Okay. Increased cast speed. Let's look at cast speed. Right, so we've got the first one here. And then there's another one over here. And then I like resistance to chaos. And there's more increased cast speed. So I'm liking this spiral over here with the cast speed. And then armor I like as well, because I'm thinking I'll probably lean toward wearing armor on top of my shield. Yeah, because I just like how armor looks. So we're probably going to go with armor to negate physical damage. And energy shield. Okay, so energy shield protects your life by taking damage instead. Rapidly recharges if you don't lose energy shield for a short time. Chaos damage removes twice as much energy shield damage from bleeding, and poison bypasses energy shield to remove life directly. Okay, but see, it would have been kind of funny, or I think it would be nice, if instead of blocking, you know, like I think physical attacks should go through energy shield, you know, and just, you know, so that as a caster, you're very vulnerable to being attacked. I know most people would say like, oh, but then that makes it so much more difficult, because then as a caster, you know, if you don't want to wear armor, you're just going to be at a disadvantage against people who attack you with of melee weapons. But to me that's not a problem. To me that's how it should be, right? As a caster, you should be scared of enemies with lances, spears, maces, swords, because you're not wearing armor. So the fact that we can just put an energy shield on, so that we can just be like, ah ha ha, your sword doesn't touch me, I think that actually kind of makes it meh. Also, I just noticed that whatever left these tracks, right, it's probably maybe the Devourer. So it went through here. Okay. And it's stopped here. Why do the tracks stop here? Okay. So the Devourer is in the Mud Barrow. Monster level 3. Okay, we are going to go up here to the increased cast speed and also to raw power. The question is, do we want more shield before that? Or do we just want to go straight into cast damage? Yeah, let's go straight into damage. And I don't. See, I'm a bit worried about going to the next area. Okay, so this is an
Disgusting.
underground
Everything is
area.
wet and vile in Ogham.
Okay, I'm going to check out what kind of enemies we have in here.
By Garukan!
Okay, so as you can see, we're not clearing these as fast as I want to. Okay. Bugs. Great. Let's go left. Okay, so here's the checkpoint. And we are poisoned.
Fall before me!
Okay, so that's a debuff that. Okay, so that is. Light. Okay, so we finally got some boots and everything. Cats and boots and cats and boots. Okay, so got some boots, just some evasion rating, and some energy shield. Okay, so we want energy shield. And then there's a lesser mana flask, which honestly I don't really care about using my scroll wisdom on that. But yeah, finally we got some boots. Let's see what's over on the right side then. Okay, jump. Yeah, I'm not dealing as much damage as I want to. Okay, and we are slowly leveling up. I don't know how I can tell that they're there, but sometimes I'm just like, I'm sure there's one there. Okay, let's... Careful. Ah, okay, so these things can come out of the ground. Let's double back.
Foul insect!
Okay. I didn't that one. Let's not walk toward the enemies. Okay. So there's a bigger room here. So I'm a bit careful with that. Big room can also mean big enemy. It looks like there's a big room here. Okay. We are getting decent XP though. Okay, let's go back to over here. Nothing really useful. Still, we can sell them, right?
the Marike!
Yeah, these guys are a bit tough. Okay, that poison doesn't really last long, thankfully. Okay, there's a checkpoint, so... Okay, halfway to the next level. Let's check over here. Hello there. I didn't invite you. I guess this spell is actually a bit more effective in like small corridors, right? It just bounces up the terrain.
Conjured fiend!
Uh-huh. Yeah, I knew it. Energy shield 14, 14. Okay, so that's no difference. Bit of inventory organization. Okay, there's a bunch of them. Okay, another checkpoint. Let's see. So it seems like the boss would be in that general area between the two checkpoints. Getting jumped? No. Okay. So the question is, do we want to deal with the boss? Even though we're only level 4. Okay, so as I thought, the boss is in there. Probably where it says Vile Nest, right? So we want to be extra careful. Because again, if we die, we die. So I think I'd rather level up a bit more. So I'm having a small idea, and that is to go to the next area with the higher level monsters, right? Because we're level 4, we're not getting so much XP from these monsters, even though we can kill them relatively quickly. So I'm wondering, what if we actually went against enemies that are a bit stronger, give us a bit more XP? Is that a bad idea or a good idea? Right, if we were to go to the Grellwood, right, so... Level 4, right, so... Maybe not a good idea. What we can do, though, is... reset this, right? Make a new one. And then we can do that again. Right. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. Also, I'm not sure if the layout stays the same, right? It might not actually stay the same. Because the hatchery is now this way. Ah, but it seems that this time around...
I'm carrying enough already.
Okay, so... Haha. Interesting. Okay, so... Level 2 freezing shard. That might actually be better than what I have. Right, so... 3 to 5 cold damage. Fires 7 projectiles. We can try this out for a bit, right? We can try that out. And then we can just put the other one there. How do you swap weapons?
Best not do that here.
X. Okay, I want to change that to the middle mouse button. And then that probably changed something, right? Where the... Oh yeah, right. We had... show things on the ground on that as well. highlight items and objects. Right, so yeah, I mean we have that on anyway, so let's just keep it. Okay, let's sell a few things. So we've got some people here, level 11, level 8, level 4, 5. Alright, it would be cool playing with someone else, but, you know, I don't really know enough people to play with anybody else.
Hello. Take a punt. You know you want to. Not bad.
Okay,
Later.
I've got some gold. Don't think I really want to spend that right now. So we can try the staff out. Right, and already we are filling up the inventory again. So this is a slow cast, but it might deal more damage. Yeah, I think it actually deals more damage, so only problem with it is that it's a bit narrow. Not narrow, I mean. It's a bit spread. The freezing is not bad if we were to fight the boss, right? So okay, so we have both available to us. So why don't we just switch these? See, it can be helpful to just throw that in there.
Fall before me.
Okay. I'm trying to get up to level. Okay. So as you can see, the layout does change a little bit each time. Which is nice, you know, like having slightly different paths to take. I did not see that you guys were still alive. Here is our first amulet. Oh, okay. I was wondering why that thing was not dying. Okay, increased mana regeneration rate. Not that we really need that. Barely use any of our mana anyway.
Die, scum! My way forward is clear.
Okay, we have leveled up, so we can go into increased spell damage even more. Still kind of taking a long time to clear these mobs. We're now level 5, right? Yes. And the monsters in this region are supposed to be level 3. Still takes a significant amount. Ah, there's the other locker. That's what I was looking for. Okay, there's another guy. And there's our other locker. Just some gold, okay. There's still a few things we haven't explored yet.
Be gone, vision!
Ah, there's another locker. Let's identify these. Cold resistance or energy shield. I think we're gonna keep the energy shield. Okay, so we've got a stronger enemy here. This one is a small one here. Okay, so looks like we can tank a little bit of these things with our shield. It's always nice when you get to actually experiment with that. Let's just make sure we don't experiment too much. Okay. Okay, let's make sure we don't get too ballsy. Okay, where am I on the map? Ah, there. There's still a little bit I haven't explored. Not sure if it's worth going all the way out there for just a little bit of experience. Probably isn't. How do you that enemy? Yeah, we're not getting a lot of XP again. And there's the nest. So checkpoints and waypoints are not the same. Checkpoints let you respawn there, I would say. And the waypoints let you travel there. Okay. We've got one more level to go. So I guess we're gonna do this one more time. Which is probably not going to give us a level. See, this is where I'm thinking we're gonna go to the next area. Right, we're just going to the next area. We could also challenge this now that we are a bit stronger, but I said I was going to wait until level 6. So we're going to stick to that. I'm going to wait until level 6. So we can go into the Grellwood now. Where the enemies should be level 4? Yes.
It is strange to think. The Vestiri was once home to such forests.
I think that these guys should be relatively weak to fire damage, right? But I don't see that they are. Ah. Okay, are we leveling up a bit faster with that? Let's see if we can. So we're at 15% right now. Still 15%. So we don't even get a full percent. 160. Okay, we need to kill 2 for 1%. I guess if you can kill them fast.
You are nothing.
That was a fun fight. Okay. I'm enjoying the combat a lot. I'm just going to point that out. Actually, when I'm seeing enemies in the distance, it might actually be nice to start with the frost. It's a lot of fun.
Wild beast!
The combat feels so good. It's way better than I imagined.
Vile sorcery hangs on the air.
As you can see though, even with level 5, we are not demolishing everything here. Okay, let's go into this little nook here. Ah, it's a dead end. Okay, so even with level 5, right, we are kind of taking our time killing enemies in here. Okay. Ah, okay, so these are... These take increased fire damage. Okay, we're getting cornered over here. Okay, so I think that one was actually resistant to fire damage. Right, because it says of the volcano, and the icon did change. Okay, we're almost halfway there, so...
Fall before me!
So I'm starting to realize that even when enemies are right in front of you, that doesn't mean that they're instantly going to attack. There's still sometimes an animation that needs to play first. So I can finish my casting animation. Yeah, see, like I'm rolling after I cast it. Okay, so these guys explode. That was anticlimactic. Yes, even when he stands in front of me, I can still cast. I just need to roll away before it hits me.
Will of the Marrakech!
You know, I want to try Firewall now. Okay, so essentially we could upgrade because we have a level 2 one. Or, okay, so I thought I had 2 cut gems so I could get the skills that I wanted, right? Haha. So I guess if you freeze enemies, then you can shatter them afterwards. Not something that we'd probably do. They look so cool. Sometimes I wish I could zoom in a bit more to kind of see the enemies a bit closer. But I honestly don't want to risk that. Okay, there's the next area. Love the creature design a lot so far. Oh, I did not even see. I did not even see them.
To your grave!
Sometimes I'm trying to see enemies on the minimap and I need to remember it does not actually work that way. Trying to find some loot. I know there was another one, but there he is. So I'm trying to find some loot. Firewall would probably actually be pretty cool in here.
You are nothing!
I get pushed back so much sometimes, which is why we need more damage. Right, we just need more damage. Serious Sanders. But it doesn't exactly give any effect. Okay, we are almost filled up with loot. Okay, let's wait for shield. There we go. I was about to say that looked like an eye and I thought there was an enemy there, but it was just a crow. The fact that they kind of make a sound when they die sometimes confuses me, and I'm thinking, oh, there's another enemy. Oh my god, this area is huge. I still feel like the first time I fought one of these, it was so cool. Like the way it just charged at me was just, it felt so good, right? I'm pretty sure that the combat does not look as good as it feels, basically. I think the combat feels better than it probably looks when you're watching.
Will of the Marrakech!
But yeah, the first one that just pounced at me, right? When I didn't know what it was just great. The way that the level was just introducing this monster to me, I loved that. Yeah, like that, right? It just comes out of nowhere. And then these guys also, the way that they're slow. And then when they're low health, they get a lot faster. Okay, maybe I should be careful with I should be careful with whatever this is, right? Ah, that animation, that death animation is just so good. Okay, my inventory is pretty much full at this point, so unless I'm seeing something really great. Okay, looks like we found another entrance somewhere. There we go, that is the level up I was waiting for. Kind of still want to up.
Creature!
Okay, so I still want to kind of explore, even though the thing is, we're about to come back here anyway, right? So I'm thinking maybe we should just go now. Maybe we'll just fight our way through, right? So I'm not sure if there is any items we can find here. Right, so there is the witch's hut in there. But I'm thinking we should probably not do that. Instead we're gonna go to town. Because now we are level 6. Now we're level 6, right? So we can allocate another point somewhere. So we are trying to get to raw power right now. So we have 8%, 10, 10. Okay, so that's a lot. Is that? Okay, evasion. I guess it doesn't show anywhere how much we have. Okay.
Hello.
These people are probably like,
Take
can
a
you
pun.
please just finish
you know
the
you
quest?
want to... Yeah, sure. I'll take it off your hands.
Okay, so these are better. And then Yeah, we've kept those.
Not bad.
And I think I'm gonna keep the mana regeneration ones. I wish I could make the UI a bit smaller because all this is huge, right? But I guess it's because you can also play it
Later.
on console. Right, so now we need 16 intelligence and a level 3 uncapped skill gem. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah. Then let's just get firewall. And with this, wait. Okay, we could make this level 2.
Flame War.
Or upgrade this. Or that. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna like Flame Wall. I need to remember to also place that in here. So this goes from 1 to 8 to 1 to 11 lightning damage, or does it go to deals 11 lightning damage? See, that's a bit confusing. So the wall duration goes up. So I think I'm gonna upgrade Spark. Yeah, right, that's now 1 to 11 damage.
Yes? These are just some odds and ends of mine.
Okay, is there anything I wanna buy? Ooh, lightning bolt. See. And increased spell damage. Increased lightning damage, 41%. That's actually pretty good. Mana drain, interesting. What is discipline? Ah, it's a buff. I suppose there's also the possibility of playing with other people. So I'm thinking I'm going to exchange my firebolt for the lightning bolt, because level 1 versus level 2 is probably better. And 41 increased lightning damage is just too good. So we're gonna take this,
I suppose I can let that one go.
but we're gonna keep this, just in case.
Stay safe if you can.
How's the clearing? What would you like?
I mean, this guy... Right.
Till next time.
anything I want to put in my stash? No, not really. So, lightning bolt. Let's actually compare this, right? So, G, lightning bolt. 1 to 11 light, 1 to 19 lightning damage. Also, is this increasing now? Like, it would be nice if the increase would show in the tooltips, right? Anyway, 1 to 19 lightning damage. Let's compare that with... Okay, so the firebolt is interesting because it has less of a skill ceiling, but more raw damage because the lightning bolt can deal 1 to 19, right? So it has a higher percentage of damage, but 7 to 11 actually deals more consistent damage. So, you know, I think I'm actually going to stay with this, and we're just going to slap that thing in there and regret we bought it. And now we can clear this whole area again.
Die, scum!
Though we are so much further level than creatures, we still don't kill them all that quick. We can be a bit more bold now, though. Nothing over here. Okay. At least finally we're not kiting endlessly anymore, right? I mean, we're still kiting, but not as much.
Weakling!
So lightning seems to be something that has very damage output. So it has seemingly a wider range of damage optionality. So 1 to 19 or 1 to 9 or 1 to 11 or whatever, right? So there's more variation in terms of the damage, which makes sense, I think. it can deal a lot of damage or it can deal only a little damage. Whereas fire seems to be more straightforward. And I guess ice is the most straightforward. Okay, 2 hags at the same time is actually a challenge. How did that fly right on top of us? Oh wow, come on. My aim is bad. It's the first time I found one of these in here. Okay, there's
By Garukan!
probably nothing in there. Yes. How about a trunk? Some gold and a bow. We might pick it up. Probably getting absolutely nothing in terms of XP, but because I don't know how the fight in the center is going to go, I don't want to have the map crawling with enemies. Are we going to? Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, not what we need. Okay, looks like sometimes I can open stuff with like one shot. Okay, so we're almost done. And I'm very excited to finally challenge whatever this is. I have no idea what that is. It says Frostblood Ritual.
Beautiful one!
Okay.
Sleep in ice, wake in snow, sleep my pretty. Speed! Swell!
Okay. So I definitely want my shield back, but
Swell! Speed!
so should I kill them? So I'm trying to see the mechanics a little bit. Okay. So she keeps spawning new enemies, apparently. Oh, go. Okay, so head of the winter wolf and a rawhide belt, medium life flask, rock briefs, and a twig circlet. Okay, let's just stay right here and look at what that is. So that is a quest item. It grants plus 10 cold resistance. Quest items are used to progress the story. They cannot be sold or stashed, but can be discarded. Discarded quest items can be reobtained from their original source. Okay, so grants plus 10 cold resistant in my inventory? No. What if we right click this? Is this a permanent buff? That looks like it's a permanent buff. Okay. Life recovery from flasks. 10 to cold resistance. 1.1 life generation. Stun threshold. Physical form damage. Not good. Look at these. Increased movement speed. Life generation per second. Energy shield is probably better for us. And some fire resistance. I'd rather have higher rarity items. And a medium life flask, that's good. Okay, so that probably was good that I waited to do this until I was level 6. Probably could have done it earlier. Now, what I want to know is if I can do it again. To get a different reward, because I actually did not get much out of this that is very useful to me, right? So...
Yes? I've collected these over time. What do you think? I will treasure it.
yeah, so the stun threshold is good, and you know, increased life recovery from flasks, cold resistance, life generation per second. All of that seems interesting, but not to me.
I will treasure it.
And then we can upgrade our flask, right? And then we can sell this, that, 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 that. Okay. Disenchant items. Okay.
Yes? Who knows what prizes await?
Yes, I want to try doing that again. So... let's try that again. See if it respawns.
By Garukan!
And I'm also thinking we're gonna try to just go a bit faster. Space in my inventory. Not sure it's really worth keeping. Not be too greedy now. Get the shield back. Okay, so it seems like they're back. So let's clear the area around it. And if I'm remembering correctly, the longer I fight and the more monsters I kill, the better the rewards. Let's try to kill as many of those wolves as we can this time. Okay, I'm probably going to just drop things that are not special. So I'm trying not to damage the witch. So that she respawns, or that she starts spawning monsters. But she's not spawning. Ah, there we go. So now she's spawning enemies. Okay, so there come wolves. Trying to kill as many wolves as we can for better rewards. So because we're level 6, it seems like this is a relatively easy fight for us, so I can probably do this almost indefinitely. Which is probably ideal.
Fall before me.
Nice to know if there's like a maximum level of rewards you can get. We also have cold resistance a bit from killing her once, so So I'm thinking I'd do one more wave of wolves and then we're gonna kill her.
You are nothing!
I guess we can do one more wave of wolves. Okay, so we've got items we don't need again. So looks like we're gonna do that again, and this time around we're going to show ritual rewards. Where do we want to map this to? Okay, let's just make a portal. I always forget that I can do that. I'm always wanting to just walk. So, if nothing else, we've got some stuff we can sell. But I'm hoping to
Hey,
farm...
none of it's junk. Trust me. Not bad.
Okay, so the value goes up if you use a scroll. So this went up from 7 to 16.
Guess I can help move that for you. Bye then.
So how much is a
Sorry, I was
scroll?
just... Finn makes fun of my collection, but I think
25.
it's charming.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh no. So let's do a new one. Fight our way through to the center again. We're not really gaining any experience here at all. Okay, there are some chests here. Okay. south. Ah, there it is. So, now that we've mapped... Okay, so there seems to be threshold until she starts actually spawning monsters. There we go. Now she's spawning them. But I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so maybe this is not an actual ritual thing. Yes, I think this is not actually the thing that they show. So we can just destroy this witch. Oh. Okay, so you can get legendary items here. Ah, or well, is that legendary or what is that? Knowing that now makes me want to be a little bit greedy with it. The only thing is, right, so we could spend a lot of time. $14 maximum energy shield. Yeah, but I want to keep this on while we are fighting a boss, right? So the fact that we can get gold items here, right, is kind of like armor, energy shield, blockchains. Okay, so we could experiment with that, right? Because increased armor and energy shield, plus 8 strength, plus 8 fire distance, and 4 damage. No, it's actually not that great, now that I'm looking at it a bit more.
Yes? You're feeling lucky? Sure, I'll take it off your hands.
Okay, we're gonna keep this, sell that.
Later.
We're gonna put this in here, because right now we're farming, right? So, I think I'm gonna do one more? One or two, right? So like, I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more. The thing is, I'm probably able to just go straight in.
Fall before me!
Okay, we should not be greedy. Okay, and let's just go straight. There she is. Okay, so we got a golden twig circlet. That could be good. See, what I'm trying to say is that it might not be worth trying to farm an item here, because We're gonna outlevel that item anytime soon. There you go. That is good. So we're gonna use this. Okay, so we're gonna use this when we're fighting, and this when we are opening
Now is
chests
not the time
or
for that.
fighting bosses.
Hello. None of it's junk. Trust. Yeah, sure. I'll take it off your hands.
And I think we're just gonna sell this, right? So
Later.
now we can do the quests. Which means we're gonna go into the Mud Burrow. Can I... let me use the waypoint thing. Okay, I guess I cannot. Okay, so I can teleport here next to it. Okay. So it's almost not worth fighting most of the mobs for me because I'm not getting much experience, right?
Will of the Marrakech!
Essentially, we are too high of a level to benefit in terms of XP from these monsters. As you can see, we're still 14%, right? So remember when we got level 6? That was quite a while ago, and since then we've only got 15%. Yeah, we're barely getting any experience. So a little bit of jump change here. The hatchery often has good items, so I am kind of looking for that. And that might sell well. Hello. Have you seen the hatchery? Oh, it's this way. Thank you very much. Right, it probably isn't this way, but you know, it's dead this way, so... Well, not the way to the hatchery, the way to the boss. You know what? Let's just do it.
Ah, the mudworm.
Okay, so he actually deals a significant amount of damage.
The tail.
What about the tail? more damage against the tail? I think they deal more damage against the fucking face. Okay. I'm trying to get my shield to recharge.
The tail!
Ah, the tail can attack me. Oh, okay. Ow. Ow, okay, I'm trying to let my shield recharge. There we go. Back. Okay, so here's the tail. There's the face. Straight through back. This is kind of why I like being a little over leveled. I may have died, right? So like, if I had gone for these fights that I was waiting to be level 6 for, I may have died.
I have wandered the Vestiri. This was not a challenge.
Okay. Okay, so we've got some stuff now. Maximum mana, increased rarity of items, lightning resistance. Okay, so even more rarity of items. And augments a magic item with a new random modifier. Oh, okay. Probably pretty useful. And then a regal orb upgrades a magic item to a rare item. Okay, so blue is a magic item, red is a rare item. Okay, so we can get our reward now.
Ah, now this won't cover our debt to you, not nearly. But take it as thanks.
So there's the support gem.
Here's what I've got. I'll find some use for that. Stick to the cairns.
Okay. So this is something you're gonna have to buy, but I find it actually quite useful to have this layout like this. Okay, so now we can make a support gem. Okay. So there's some recommended gems, but there's also all. Right, so what we have is Arcane Surge here. Gain Arcane Surge for 8 seconds after spending a total of 100% of your maximum mana on supported skills. A total of 100% of your maximum mana. And Arcane Surge gives me more cast speed and 20% more. Okay. Supported skill have 100 chance shock. Projectiles from supported skill pierce an enemy. Projectiles from supported skill deals 30% less damage if they pierce an enemy. Okay, so supported skill deal 30% more damage with hits and ailments, but it cannot deal critical hits. Okay. Supported skills have 100% chance to ignite and pierce. Supported skill chain +1 times. Effect that chain are redirected to another target after hitting an enemy. Projectiles cannot chain from enemies by pierce or fork. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. 40% more damage, but 10%, but 10 seconds on the cooldown. Interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of different gems, of course. Okay. You know, I never actually tried Flame Wall. I do like this one. Or this one. But Arcane Surge is also nice. 10% more cast speed and 20% more mana regeneration. So my wall can be less effective but go around in a circle. You know what, we're going to make this one. Oh. I did the wrong one. Damn it. We're just going to keep it, right? Like that. We messed up a bit, but that's okay. So this is already level 2. So is there anything No, see, I think I'm just going to upgrade Flame Wall. And we're just gonna have to try it out. Okay, so we have done the Mud Barrow. Now we need to go to the Grellwood again. And kill the witch. And search for wood. But I think I'm actually going to do that after I've eaten something, because
Yes,
I'm starting
I've
to
collected
feel
these over time. What do
relatively
you think?
famished. So,
Bye.
I'm going to eat something, and I'm going to be back after. Or I could just keep this on. Right, so I'm just going to keep this on while I'm gone. Just wish there was a way for me to save and I'm gone. I don't really have a I'm AFK button or like overlay, so oh well. Going to be back